Call of Duty is the weakest it has been in years. They've hit a real vulnerable point, with flat out poor reviews, and the worst being Black Ops 7 from the community. People are straight up not buying the game, for real this time. People will be all talks and just trash talk a game, and yet still buy it the day it comes out. They continue to shit talk while they make their way to being Master Prestige. Like, I never understood that. But now this seems like the strongest boycott we've had going against COD in years. And honestly, it needs to continue. In order for Activision to wake their asses up. We the players, consumers, is the reason Activision can and will continue with their antics and make profits. Without a player base or a huge player base, they will not profit the same way as they always do. In which Activision won't be happy. Activision shareholders will be disappointed and sell off their shares, meaning that they'd have to downsize, which also means less sponsorships, collaborations with companies that like to conduct business. If Activision doesn't pull in money, then no one would want to do anything with them, in which that forces Activision and the developers to release a much better product for their consumers. I'm telling you, the people/company that benefit from others ruins the overall experience for the rest of us who are less fortunate and have to deal with the greedy slobs of these major corporations and having to get an unfinished/rushed product every year like Call of Duty just for them to reach their quarterly numbers. I'm telling you, it's a greed, but these companies gotta make their money. They don't care about the end result. They don't care about the end product. However, now we have games like Battlefield 6 and Arc Raiders that can really turn the tides over and take over the Call of Duty title if they really want it. Or could there be a completely different game that can take over Call of Duty and reign supreme? A game that can reach the same success as what Fortnite did. Because COD at this very point is at critical damage, a trick shot away from being eliminated of its popularity. Call of Duty right now is a game that you roast and joke about. Nobody takes Call of Duty serious anymore, and it's been like that for a while. That's why I say the opportunity to dethrone Call of Duty is right now. The kill shot is there for the taking. Just look what Fortnite did, for example. Completely changed the gaming industry moving forward. With Battle Royale, so many devs tried to capitalize on the BR genre. Some tried to be the Fortnite killer, but failed to do so time and time again. And it's not to say that they're entirely bad. They just couldn't beat what Fortnite had. Let's be real. The unique skins, the battle pass system. You had a battle pass rewards that were worth grinding for. It was actually worth buying the battle pass back in the day because it had value.
You ain't lying.
You had the Fortnite shop, the skin bundles were worth paying for. The gameplay experience felt real, authentic. Everyone was having fun, playing with the homies. Everything was hitting at all levels.
Yeah, boy.
That year was the time COD World War II dropped and Call of Duty was still definitely well respected and popular, especially when they went back to boots on the ground style of Call of Duty. That was their main selling point. People were excited and felt that Call of Duty was going back to their roots, in which they actually were, and it felt like a traditional COD, but it just got completely overshadowed by Fortnite. And to be honest, the fun factor wasn't nearly as engaging and excited compared to Fortnite. I'ma just keep it 100. To me, World War II was just a snooze fest, majority of the time. And even at that point, Call of Duty was already facing the fatigue. Like COD World War II was like the 15th Call of Duty that came out. It was already running its course years ago. But at that point, it was the first time ever Call of Duty kind of felt defeated that year. Hence why the following year, they came out with Blackout for Black Ops 4. Then Warzone right after. And it really hasn't stopped since then. Once the king of the shooter genre to now being a follower of Fortnite to this day. And trying to win everyone back through nostalgia. In which you can see how that panned out. So the question lies, who's up next? I'm calling out to all the developers that has the chance to take over the gaming industry once again, or at least take over Call of Duty. We need another culture shock of a game like Fortnite or any current game out in the market. The time is now. Or can Call of Duty rebound once again and take over the shooter space? Me personally, I highly doubt it. They've dug themselves too deep of a hole. No matter what they do, even if they remastered Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, they're still gonna find a way to ruin it. But like I said, with Activision just primarily focused on the business side and their shareholders, as long as they're making profit, they could care less of what the players want and feel. That's how they're playing the game. Because people believe the reason why Call of Duty is at the position they're at today is because of Warzone. Me personally, I think they're in this position because they've been releasing Call of Duty every single year. And they really didn't have to do that whatsoever. You literally had the golden era of COD that you could have spaced out for at least 2 years. And that would have easily created 10 years of just great Call of Duty. Even if it wasn't at that point, because I know back in the day, the business model for releasing games were a bit different and they were still selling us a season pass for content. But you had games like Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, Modern Warfare 2019 that could have easily lasted another 2 to 3 years if they were to support those games, because they were truly fan favorites. But instead, they let the greed get to them. To not just keep releasing a Call of Duty game every single year full price, but to add a battle pass system and skin bundles that cost half of the fucking game.
Oh my god, bro.
That's where you lost the community. They saw a point where they can capitalize on the opportunity and take advantage of players that know they will buy anything Call of Duty related no matter what. And it's the reason why they're continuing with the cycle that they're doing to this day. Just printing money, man. Just think about how much money Activision has made throughout the entirety of Call of Duty, or even at least the recent CODs with the Battle Pass system and skin bundles. Man, I can never be one consumer to be taken advantage of, that's for sure. But yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts down in the comments section. If you liked the video, drop me a like. And if you want more content like this, subscribe. It's free. And thanks for watching.